All right, welcome to Phantom Live.
We're here.
We're a few minutes early, but we'll wait a few minutes before we dive into the thing. Thank you guys who showed up early. We're really excited about tonight's podcast episode. Are you excited?
Very. Ready to get it going.
We'll wait about 3 minutes and then we'll jump into the official intro. But we didn't want to leave you guys just kind of sitting in the welcome screen. But then again, if we don't start with the intro, like, what do you want to talk about for 2 minutes?
The weather is hot.
Dude, it's so hot. It's
actually been mild the last few days, but today I think that's over. It's back to normal. South Carolina.
Dude,
it's like 112.
It's so hot that, like, when we get off, I've been sweating all day. Like, I don't even want to go fishing. I just want to go home and take a shower.
You can't be on this podcast talking like that.
I'm out. I'm just kidding. Man,
I always want to go fishing.
Dude, somebody said, "What's up, Matt Murphy?"
Hello.
Brian Mitchell.
How you doing, buddy?
What's the animal with the clown face and long horns hanging on the walls at Phantom on 17A?
That is that's a swamp donkey I killed in Wadbu up there in Macedonia. I have no clue. I think it's actually called an oryx. Military guy that's stationed here needed a place to hang some of his trophy animals, so we give him a place to hang them. So I bet its true name is an oryx, and I did not kill it in Wadbu. But that's my story every time somebody asks.
Let's start telling people, yeah, Matt Murphy killed that in the Wadbu.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeremy Colley from Camp Edisto? What's up, homie? Good to see you. Hope everyone's having a great day. Frankie, we're having a great day so far. I mean, it's a great day so far.
Yep.
Jonathan, we're actually filming this here at Phantom on 17A, so come by and see us. We might get one down and let you pet it. We're not going to do that, but it's there.
We got a ladder.
All right, it's about that time. I'll jump into the intro. Here we go. Stay hydrated. It's kind of weird on the iPad, like seeing. I just want to see like all the comments, but it's not very good. So I'll try to see it on my computer over there. But hey, welcome to Phantom Live. I'm TJ. This is Matt. We'll introduce ourselves in just a second, but we also want to take a second to say, make sure you are following us across all socials. Like, we're here on Facebook, obviously. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, TikTok, baby. We're on TikTok. And we're trying to learn the best way to utilize TikTok for our business because, you know, we are an outdoor store and TikTok doesn't really want to see a lot of the stuff that we have to offer that we're excited about in the store. So, but definitely follow us on TikTok. And of course, everything that we offer here in the store, you can find online at phantomoutdoors.com, so you can shop after hours as well. Well, I'm TJ. I'm the new guy here.
Yep. We was going to go into new products, and my first thing was TJ. He's the new guy.
I'm the new guy. So
everybody welcome him aboard. Good fella.
Thank you.
Been around this area for a while. He's from Alabama. He's still a Clemson fan, though, so that's what Matt.
I mean, if they're not playing Auburn, I'll pull for I just like the Tigers.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm from Alabama. Y'all look great, and I can hear Matt. That's great. Erica says she can hear you. That's good.
Awesome.
I was worried because you were talking kind of soft earlier.
Gotcha. I'm a soft-spoken guy.
But yeah, I've been here for about 3 weeks to a month now. So I'm the new guy. Stop by, say, hey, I want to meet the new guy. That's me. I'll come hang out. And this is Matt. Matt, explain, like...
I'm the old guy.
Most people probably know you, but if somebody's watching our podcast for the first time, like, explain maybe like what you do here at Phantom.
Just a little bit of everything. From... helping customers. I mean, that ordering product, making sure that everything's here that we need for day-to-day basis, which is a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. All the tree stand, deer stand, a bunch of that stuff we got here. I mean, we got to, plan ahead and get that stuff coming. So you kind of got to order out, especially with the supply chain nowadays. To keep the shelf stocked here, we definitely have to go way out where it's not like you can just, if I need scuppernong trickworms, I can get them and have them here tomorrow. You kind of got to plan ahead, and so that's pretty much what I do. A little bit of everything. Clean bathrooms, sweep, just whatever it takes is the best answer I got. Whatever Phantom needs to succeed, that's kind of what I do.
One thing I love is, like, no matter, like, every single day, I feel like people will walk in, and if I'm up front and I greet someone, every single day someone's going to say, where's Matt Murphy hiding out in here? Like, Like you're the guy. You're the guy that everybody wants to talk to.
Well, I mean I've been around here my whole life, fishing around here, hunting, so I know everybody, and that'll change eventually. They'll say, "Where's TJ at?"
No, no. We make a good team.
There you go.
Hopefully,
there
right?
You go.
I'm the rookie here. Steven said he takes money a lot.
Well, if alligators eat your fishing tackle off the deck of your boat,
Bro,
I got new rod and reels for you there, Steven.
Steven, just come on down to see us.
He's already on the way. He's probably here. His wife's already called with a card number, so he can get him a new rod and reel.
Hey, come on by, buddy. We'll get you hooked up, dude. We'll have you on so you can tell us the alligator story.
Yeah.
So we want to do the podcast every 2 weeks or so, and we don't have like a rough outline, like a strict schedule we're going to follow every couple weeks, but we want to cover a couple things every week, like tackle shop life. People find it interesting, like what goes on behind the scenes at a tackle shop. We're going to talk about new products that either we have or things that are coming out, or even products that we're having a really hard time keeping in. We're going to do a fishing report, which isn't like professional advice, but maybe what we have going on fishing. We occasionally want to have special guests, so if you guys have any recommendations of special guests that you might want to see on the podcast with us that we could interview, definitely let us know. You guys know we have some connections. Thanks to Matt, he's famous. He's a legend around here.
And if y'all just want to come on the show and talk, you can come on too. You don't have to be professional.
Oh, that's true. I mean, we'll let anybody have a spot. And then we'll have like a main topic that we want to talk about every time. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A. So it's hard to keep up with the chat the way it's on my computer screen over here. So maybe save them till the end. We might be able to see them as they happen, but if we miss you, we're really sorry. And then that'll be it. So let's jump into tackle shop life. You got any fun stories from this past couple weeks?
Not that I can think of right now. I mean, fishing's tough around here right now in the Cooper River. They got Thursday nights going on. Great tournament, great turnout, bunch of great people out there, awesome. But fishing has been really, really tough. Weights are really low. I'd say it's probably pressure and water temperature and fishing pressure is a lot to do with it. We have a lot of tournaments now throughout the week. Stays hopping. Never really gets a break year round. But it makes you evolve and try new things. It's becoming a world of finesse fishing. So you don't finesse fish, you're probably falling behind. That's why I don't fish anymore tournaments in the Cooper River, because I don't finesse fish.
Or because they had to ask you to stop because it wasn't fair.
No, that is absolutely not true. But yeah, I mean it's great. Right now you want to use everything to your advantage. With finesse fishing, and there's such a thing as finesse power fishing, and a lot of us do it, enjoy it. Can I dive into? You want me to dive into?
Let's
that?
jump into it.
I don't want to steal your show.
No, this is not my show, bro. This is our show.
So what I would say, in a 3 or 4 hour tournament, seems like now that all the tournaments are shortened. They're either in the morning 4 or 5 hours, or in the afternoon 3 or 4 hours. So the first thing to win the tournament, I mean, you kind of got to get bites. You need a limit, but you need a limit with a kicker. If you got right now with the average weights for the last few weeks, if you can catch a 4.5 pound fish and a 5 or a 6 pounder, you got a good shot. Not guaranteed to win, but you're going to be right there. You getting a pretty good check. Some ways I like to do it. Everybody loves to fish frogs. Frogs, buzzbaits. I love frogging and buzzbaiting. I find two mediums. There's a lot of good frogs on the market. You can go with a super finesse frog. This is a Strike King KVD Sexy Frog Jr. Great frog, very little. It's got a massive set of hooks in it. So you still throwing this on your same, you may go down to your 40-pound braid versus what I generally throw on 70 on a big frog. Stuff like this, the Jackal Kiera frog, Spro baby popping frog, great one. Everybody knows around here it's been a good one for years. Colors, there's something for everybody. Black, white, green tree kind of gets you covered. Green pumpkin, something like that. One that is new that's pretty awesome. Everybody knows Booyah makes a great frog. They're probably one of the most affordable frogs on the market. They come out the pack good. They got good hooks on them. They hold up well. Honestly, the paint finishes look great on them. Well, they just came out with a Pad Crasher Junior pop-in version, which is awesome. We just got these in the store this week. I've not thrown one yet. As with anything with Booyah, I'd expect it to be a good one. Can't really give y'all any feedback on this one just yet because we just got them in the store. So we're stocked. We have every color, plenty of them. So y'all stop in, check them out. That ought to be a good one. Another way is the complete opposite of what I'm saying is instead of throwing something really, really small, throwing something really, really big. Taking your frog.
No, please.
This is a Mega Bass Big Gabbit frog. It's a great frog. Throws a really, really long way. It's heavy. Got awesome hooks in it. It walks without a doubt better than any frog on the market. And I'm not, picking or choosing anything. I've used most of them. This is the best walking frog. It is a heavier frog. I recommend a little bit stouter rod than you normally frog fish with. You can make really long casts. Like if you're in Bushy Park and you see the holes, way up in the grass, a really, really long cast. This is a great bait for that, getting to those fish that nobody is fishing to. It's kind of the big deal right now. So that's kind of polar opposites. And then, of course, you got your standard Spros and Booyahs, which work great every day. They work great. But this is just something that kind of sets your bait apart from everybody else. I would highly say, this is a good one on a team tournament. I'd have a guy for sure, one of you throwing a frog 3 hours, the whole time. The big frog, you're looking for that big bite. The small frog, you're kind of looking for that limit. But these do catch big fish too. Next thing.
Wait, I got some frog questions.
Okay.
Frog questions. First of all, the reason I brought the Mega Bass to the table is because Mega Bass is like one of those brands that's like super popular, and I'm a sucker for good advertising and trends. Okay? So, Vision 110, everybody's throwing them. I went out and bought some.
Well, a Vision 110 is anybody tell you, in gimmicks, advertising, whatever, that is hands down. There's anybody that's fished them, they knows why. There's been many a knockoffs. It's nothing quite covers what they have done.
So a couple things, like, give us some frog tips. I've seen people on social media that boil their frogs. Do you think that's something that people should do?
Never done it.
Okay.
I've never done it. I don't know that that softens it.
That's what they say, and so it helps with that hookup because it makes it softer for the fish to bite down on.
Makes sense. And anything you can do to when you're fishing a fishery or a tournament or something like that where you're going to get 5 or 6 bites in a night. If boiling a frog makes your hookup ratio better, by all means, I'd boil everything I got. Because you don't want to miss a bite.
Right.
If it's tough and you're fishing for 5 or 6 fish, you don't want to miss 2 of them.
Right.
Because then you come in short. So boiling a frog is a thing. I've never heard of it. I know back in the day we used to boil some swim baits and stuff. That was before they were stiff and they weren't real. Now they're great right out the pack. A lot of them. But yeah, man, anything we can do like that is, I couldn't see it hurting anything.
What's your philosophy on trimming the skirt or the legs of the frog? Do you do that, or do you just throw it out right out of the pack?
It depends. I've trimmed them. I've not trimmed them. I've bent the hooks. I know a lot of people. I'll get thrown across the grates here for not bending my hooks, but I do take a frog out the pack. I usually don't like my legs. So basically, if I'm holding it like this, probably a bad example because this one comes pretty short right out the pack, which is good. I don't want my legs longer than the frog is, so I'll turn it upside down and I'll trim them about to the nose of the frog.
Okay.
I don't walk in a frog. They all walk pretty good. That's in the rod. I've heard, it walks better if you trim them at opposite lengths and all.
I've heard that.
Just learn to walk the frog, and you don't. It doesn't matter what the legs do.
Okay, so
you can walk any frog. That's the mechanics, the way you work your rod, the reel, the line, everything like that. So that really has, in my opinion, nothing to do with the trimming of the legs. The hookup ratio, if bending them up, I know people do it. I've had some we'll say catastrophes. I've weakened, I think that does weaken the hook a little bit. And if you're catching, normal 2-pounders, it probably doesn't matter. But I mean, we all hope for that one giant, and when that one giant bites, I don't want to be worried about anything. You want to have the best line. My hooks, I want them to be perfect, in perfect shape. When you bend them, you do kind of mess with the integrity of the hook,
Right.
Same way with a jig. I mean, any jig fisherman knows when your hook flexes and you open it up, generally you throw that hook away, So I would disagree with that. If you're worried about that, I would go with a frog that's a little softer, like the Booyah or something. Hookup ratio is great on them. Just a stout rod, braid, and set the hook hard, and you really shouldn't have nothing to worry about it. A lot of frog bites, it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna miss, because
Right.
a lot of them, they big explosions. They never really touch. They're not eating that frog. Fish doesn't have hands. They either got it in their mouth or they don't have it in their mouth, and that's all it is to it. Most of the time, when you got it in your mouth, that's the ones you can't take it from them. I mean, a largemouth is very efficient. When they want to eat something, they're going to eat it. And it
Right.
doesn't matter how fast you reel it, how whatever. If they want it bad enough, they will eat it. And you can't stop them, So a lot of that is fish that you weren't going to catch anyway.
Yeah.
And it happens. I mean, that's part of it.
So the takeaway is, if you're having trouble getting your frog to walk, you need to just get good, according to Matt.
Practice.
Practice.
Practice. Just like with anything else. I mean, anybody who is doing anything good, is practicing. You got a guy that's winning every week. That guy's not stumbling on winning fish every week. He's practicing.
Right.
He's putting in more work than everybody else. So, I mean, practice casting. I mean, if you look like a knucklehead in your driveway casting, skipping a jig, I'm that knucklehead. I'm out there. You'll see me in my yard sometimes flipping a jig in a cup. You got to stay, put out every odd in your favor. You want to be able to make a cast better than anybody else, set the hook better than anybody else, your timing. I mean, just got to be great. These tournaments are, I'll say, near impossible to win anymore. I mean, everybody's so good. It's not like there's just a standout guy. If you look, I mean, there's some great ones. There's some great fishermen around here, but you don't see the same guy winning every week.
Right.
That just tells you that, there's not just one great fisherman. There is a ton of them, and you're fishing against a ton of them. And to beat them, it really means you did something. It's hard to do. But
So I think you were going to move on to the buzzbaits.
yeah, buzzbaits.
Yeah. So this is something that I've noticed working in a tackle shop for like 3.5 weeks at this point. Like, this is something that people have been coming in nonstop after right now. And
it's a great bait. Two different styles. This is a evergreen. It's a 3/8 ounce, really big blade. And the way they do these blades are actually out of balance. So you're getting your plop, and you can reel it really slow. But it's also shaking the skirt at the same time. It squeaks really well. It's a really cool buzzbait. One thing about this buzzbait I will say is it's a $17 buzzbait, and that sets it apart from everything else. One thing it does different is most people, 85% of the people that come in here said, I will never pay $75 or $17 for a buzzbait. So that just took away all those people that you don't have to compete with. So you're throwing something that nobody else is throwing. That is one of the benefits of throwing something like this.
Yeah.
It's and each buzzbait can be tuned different. These come out to pack really well. And this is like a toad-toter style buzzbait. It's a tree shaker made in South Carolina. Great bait, great hook. And this is what I would run a toad up on, a horny toad or whatever brand you want. I really like the Z-Man products on this because they hold up. They don't rip. They help with the buoyancy. Just the main thing is you don't have to sit down and rig baits. I can put one Z-Man frog on and fish with it all day.
Right.
That's the biggest benefit in it. Not that they work better than anything else. They just don't tear up, which is awesome, especially in a 3-hour tournament. You got any buzzbait questions?
So I just don't have a whole lot of experience with buzzbaits, but I feel like I got a tournament this Saturday. I should probably start off early morning with a buzzbait, or are you throwing it all day?
I'm not an all day guy. It depends. I'm a morning or afternoon. It depends. If it here, I'll say that. There's some places we've been, traveling where you can skip them up under docks, shady areas like that. If there's a good shade line on a bank, willow bushes hanging over something like that, yeah, by all means you can throw them all day. Same with the frog, throw it all day. It's just fish like the shade, they like cover. If you can get an opportunity to throw it in there, absolutely.
So you're throwing a toad on the back of this one. Are you what kind of trailers are you using for the big guy?
Just run it right out the pack.
Okay. No trailer at all.
No trailer at all.
Yeah.
Just the skirts are. I mean, if you watch one, they're just moving around, going crazy. They look wild to start with. So I'm not a trailer guy on that.
Cool.
The next thing is, the Chapo style Whopper Plopper.
Hey.
Great for years. These are some new saltwater versions. Not necessarily that I'm worried about the saltwater version. They do come with saltwater hooks, but they had some saltwater colors, mullet. And this mullet is one of the prettiest ones I've seen. It's got a lot of different colors to it. Looks really good, really natural. Think it'd be a good one in the Cooper River. I would stay with like the 105 and the smaller, the 90s and all. They just catch a lot of fish. They get a lot. They don't excel in grass. It's more of an open water bait or around grass, around cover, something like that. They do seem to, the blade gets a little bound up around vegetation or that stringy grass, but works awesome. Chapo's louder than the Whopper Plopper. So if you like the Whopper Plopper and you've never tried a Chapo and you want a louder bait, Chapo is definitely louder. If you want a calmer bait, Whopper Plopper is your deal. So both of them come with good hooks, good split rings right out the pack, which is something that's becoming pretty common now. You don't have to change a whole lot, so it's awesome.
Caught my first plopper style bait fish actually this week in a pond. Yeah, and it's really pretty fun.
It's a good bait. They eat it good. Cool bait. You can cover a lot of water with it. It's good tournament bait because you can, like I say, you can cover a lot of water with it. Not, drop shot and all works great for numbers, but it's slower. If you can get something that you can constantly catch them on, and a moving bait, it's great. Just like I said, it's more of an open water bait. If I was fishing, just say if we were in, and I know they'll eat it in Santee River without a doubt, but if we were fishing in Santee River, I would go with my buzz bait with my frog or toad on it over anything, because it's a lot of lay downs and cover and stuff. You're going to be running by. You don't want to be hung up all the time. So
right.
I would say the buzz bait more towards your Santee River kind of stuff, and fishing the grass lines in the Cooper River. Chapo would be a good one. It's a good bait fish imitator.
So the theme here is like topwater is the play right now.
Well, it's fun. Actually,
it is so fun.
It's fun. If you're taking a kid out there, it's the, without a doubt, it's the funnest way to fish. It's the coolest bite to get. Everybody loves it, and it catches big fish. I can't say I've seen more big fish get caught this year on a 5-inch Senko than we're actually in the last 3 years. That blows my mind. So it's you just kind of, I like to throw what I think is going to catch big fish. It doesn't always work out like that. Guy could catch a 10-pounder on a drop shot as he could on any of these baits. So you just kind of got to be versatile and fish them all.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. That's why we carry more than one rod.
That's right. But you're right, man. There's nothing that beats that topwater blow up.
100%. 100%.
I was out fishing when I caught that fish, my first fish on a plopper style bait. It wasn't either of the two that we mentioned. But the first fish, explodes out of the water with it. And I was like, oh my God, I got a monster on here. It turned out to be maybe a pounder, if that. But it's so fun.
I can remember, and that's probably what hooked me is topwater. Worm fishing's kind of boring for a kid, but I can remember going with my dad and heading tiny torpedo back in
classic.
The day. And it's still, we sell tiny torpedoes like you would not believe. There's still people throw them like crazy, but
cool.
Everybody had to have that bite, and it was the most fun thing to do. And then that bait still works. Old and nothing's changed on it, and it still catches them. It really catches them. So it's just a fun way to fish. You got any questions?
So one guy, Jerry Hawkins said cornhole boards are great for flipping practice.
Yep.
Do you do that? Or?
Jerry, have you been here on the bass day? We had a show here. I built some cornhole boards basically
cool.
with different holes on them for play a flipping game with them. Yeah, they work great. I really like them. Make the holes smaller, but not too small.
Jack says buzzbaits are the best topwater lure. Someone said that buzzbaits in the rain are a lot of fun.
It is, without a doubt. And somebody comment on there why the fish bite better in the rain. I don't know why. I don't know the answer to it, but I always seem you're right. I think it's something to do with the disruption of the surface or something. I don't know, but it does seem to catch them better in the rain.
Brian said try an underspin on grass. You throw an underspin a lot? I don't either. I've got a couple.
I don't own one, but obviously, I mean, that just shows you that. I mean, there's lots of ways to catch fish, you know, and you got to evolve. You know, that's something that I haven't tried. I know people catch a ton of fish on them. It's a great way to cover water.
Cool. Trailer hook on a buzzbait.
For me, a no. I'm a no. It just stays hung up too much. It catches too much grass. I've had many times where I say, well, I wish I'd have run a trailer hook on that buzzbait. But, I mean, that happens. Again, same with the frog. I think, a fish is a fish, and if he really wants to eat it, he's going to get it. If not, I'm sure the trailer hook, without a doubt, saves your butt sometimes. But it seems like I'm constantly cleaning grass off of it or something like that.
TJ Bancroft said he won the Summer Slam on a plopper last year. He loves that bait.
Yes, he's a good fisherman around here for sure. They catch him. Him and his daddy. His daddy had a big part in. I mean, I kind of come up around them guys, and there's some good fishermen. They'll take your money in a heartbeat.
Hey. See
100%.
now I'm nervous, right? So like I'm still fishing in my club as a non-boater. My goal is to get a bass. I hope my wife's not listening. My goal is to get a boat as soon as possible. I got an old John boat, but whatever. But like that makes me nervous, man. Everybody's out here like slaying all the time. Like I'm so far behind. You gotta teach me, man.
They are.
You gotta take me out and teach me.
Yeah, it takes years. I mean, but you notice that you watch the guys that consistently win, whether you're in the lake, Santee River, Cooper River, or a pond. They don't stumble onto a win.
Right.
They're practicing. They're fishing 3-4 nights a week. I mean, they deserve that. They're earning that win. I mean, with the price of gas right now, they're putting in, what they're getting out. So they're definitely not stumbling onto it. I mean, they're putting in the work to get there, which is, it shows.
I think that could be a cool podcast episode in the future, like talking about like maybe how to break down water for newer guys or people who are coming. I mean,
I'd like to go to that too. I've always been kind of horrible at that.
Okay.
In my opinion, I'm more of a grinder. I catch them or I don't catch them.
Okay.
Breeding water. One of the best I've ever been around. Will Smith and Jason Rinke. He does. I'm sure he's not watching. He doesn't. He more saltwater fishes now, but they're some of the best. Todd, the owner of Phantom, he phenomenal at breaking water down. Just figuring out quick. Like I'm always like on jet lag. I can kind of catch him when he gets us there, but I'm thinking sometimes when we're moving. Dave Bronson was another one. Dave has always been. I'm like, well, we're going to go here. And he's like, no, I think you need to stop there. I'm like, why do you need to stop there? He said, I just think you need to stop there and pull over there and catch a big one. And,
yeah.
I don't know what them guys read on the water, but they really pay attention. I've never been real good at that. I've never been a real great practicer. I'm more of a just go there and fish 8 hours and,
Well, it must work out.
Hard.
It must work out for you because somebody said in here, let me see. Jerry said, I see you out there making some noise this year too. And he definitely wasn't talking about me, so
he must be talking about you.
He ain't talking about me.
The only noise I made is like falling out the boat or something.
Matt, you're a legend, bro.
Now we had a good year on the CBC. We fished that this year. It was fun. We got to go to a bunch of different lakes that we didn't really know. We've always never really been good at Murray. We're still not, but we had a good time.
Yeah,
we did actually figure them out there a little bit. Figure out how to catch them. Same at Watery. we went to Watery, and we did the normal summertime pattern. Me and Todd, we went out there and we got on some humps, and we threw Carolina rigs and big swim baits, and tried spoons and bucktails and you name it. We threw it, big crankbaits, and we ended up Santee Coopering them, catching them about a foot of water, skipping a jig under docks, and caught quite a few. It was a fun day.
I got clarification. He was talking about TJ Bancroft.
Yeah, I'm about to say
My bad.
Yeah, TJ's they good fishermen, man. Him and his daddy Nigel, all them guys, they're all good.
Nice. All right, what else you got? You got some more stuff you want to show?
No. Well, I mean, we can finish with the fishing. When you're done with the fishing, we'll go on. I got some hunting stuff, some deals and stuff we got going on. Talk about a little bit of hunting season coming up.
All right, so I got some questions. You just took a trip to Florida, and you went and you targeted peacock bass.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about the trip, and then I got some questions about peacock bass.
I wish we went to Lake Ida. I wish it was in South Carolina, so I didn't have to drive through Florida to get there.
Gosh, that's awesome.
Actually, Florida, it wasn't that bad this time.
Did you have to go through
They got
a bunch
the
of
interstate
tolls?
fixed finally, so you could drive all the way. No toll roads.
Oh, nice.
So it was pretty cool. We actually went down there in first time peacock fishing. That's what my son wanted for his graduation party or graduation present. So we went and did that. We got a guide to take us instead of pulling the boat down there. First day was a flop. We caught like 2 peacocks and a couple largemouth, and it was just a bad day down there. Had a bunch of rain, so the guide asked us to come back the second day, and we did, and we smashed them pretty good. Caught a bunch. Fun fishing. They fight. They fight, equivalent to in between a largemouth and a spot tail. A little bit harder than a largemouth, probably not quite as hard as a spot tail. So a great challenge. Beautiful lake up there. It was actually eelgrass, hydrilla, milfoil, and gator grass, and hyacinth. If you wanted to fish grass up there, you could fish everything. And their eelgrass grew prettier than anywhere I've ever seen. It was just beautiful eelgrass. It wasn't so packed, and it was just clean and nice looking. It was just awesome looking grass. Wish we had that thriving here, like it was up there. Caught some clown knife fish.
What is a clown knife?
It's invasive species up there. Has no tail. They swim backwards. They look wild. I can show you pictures, but
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Yeah, it's cool fish. They fought really hard. Caught a lot of largemouth. I think my wife Stacy caught the biggest largemouth, which was probably 4 pounds of the trip. Caleb definitely caught the most clown knife fish and the biggest, and I think I ended up with the biggest peacock for the trip, which was only about 3.5 pounds. So no big ones, but it was fun. It was a good time, good experience. Anytime you get to go do something with your wife and kids is fun.
Of course.
So we enjoyed it. I'd love to do it again.
So are you throwing the same types of presentations that you're throwing for largemouth? Or is
Actually,
there
up there, you were using the same presentation. It's basically a wacky worm setup, but you were using live shad. You're using peanut shad about this big, and you're just skipping them under the trees, under boat docks and everything. So when they hit, I mean, they eat it. So you're live bait fishing, but no cork or nothing like that. Just a weightless shad. It was pretty cool.
Now, do they have tournaments for peacock bass the way we have tournaments for like?
He said
bowfin?
not so much. They actually have snakeheads in that Lake Ida, and
Okay.
they have snakehead tournaments trying to get them out of there. But he said not so much on the peacock. They didn't have a whole lot of tournaments.
I was wondering, like, when the elites go up north or somewhere, they can weigh in small or large. And I was wondering if you're fishing down in Florida, maybe you bring a peacock bass to the scales.
I'm sure.
That's pretty interesting.
I same in South Carolina. I think now there's a few lakes here where, upstate you can catch a spot, a largemouth, or a smallmouth. So
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I've never caught a smallmouth. We need to put me on one. Is it fun?
The only ones I've ever caught have been like 1 pound in the New River in West Virginia, but hopefully July 31st I'm gonna change that because we're going to St. Clair for a week.
That's right.
Hopefully we get to go smash some big ones.
Cool. As far as I go, I have a 13-foot fiberglass, basically John boat with a Johnson 15 from the 70s. It's older than me, and it's currently out of commission. I've been saying for a month I'm going to get it fixed. So I haven't been out on the river. I haven't been out on the lakes. I've been hitting ponds a lot lately, and it's really just a total different ball game. I'm fishing an overly stocked pond. I can pretty much throw whatever I want and catch something. And so I wanted to catch a fish on that plopper bait, so I went out there, I threw it till I caught something, right? So, but I do have a tournament this Saturday, so hopefully next episode
You'll fish in lake or river?
we're fishing the lake. We're fishing out of Black's Fish Camp, and you can go wherever you want.
Should be good. They're still catchable.
I'm anticipating probably a buzz bait until mid morning, and then depending on who I fish with. I haven't talked to Robin Rogers yet, so if he's watching this, like, I might need to fish with you, homie. I anticipate just maybe dragging a Carolina rig.
And you could, with Santee, you could catch them right now with the water up. I mean, it could realistically probably be one never leaving Blacks to being within 20 foot on a Carolina rig or a big crankbait. So, I mean, or anywhere between. I mean, there's fish all over the place. I mean, you can fish docks and cypress trees and grass. There's a lot of cover, and it's good. Santee's getting good with Santee Cooper put eelgrass back in, and they're trying to get the eelgrass to grow, which is awesome. That's going to go really well. We got a little bit of gator grass, a little bit of hyacinth. I haven't seen really no hydrilla. It's not really around, but what we call watery grass or water willows, that's great cover for fish, and some of that's in 5 foot of water right now, so it's growing good. A lot of cover for fish, so we should have a good few years coming up.
Good. I feel good. The elite. So I've been trying to get into tournament fishing, competitive fishing, I guess, for about 2 years, a little more, and so watching the elites come here, and they talk over and over about how Santee Cooper is one of the best bass lakes in the country, right? And you watch them go out there and just, weigh in, 20 plus pound bags every time, over the course of 3 or 4 days. And then, me and my buddies go out there and we can't catch a fish, so we're like, why do they keep saying it's the best ever? We can't catch nothing. But I mean, that is what separates them.
Well, it's probably it's hard to doubt that it is the best. It's got to be one of the best other than Fork as far as 5 fish stringer limits.
Right.
What they don't tell you is, so a lot of times you only catch 5 fish.
Right.
So it's catching, 15 or 20 fish here. There's times when you can do it, but it's generally not like that. You're
right.
Usually fishing, I'd say a very successful day for, when we're fishing a tournament. You could tell us we're going to get 7 bites today. We're going to be pretty happy.
Right.
We just hope to fish for 7 right fish.
Hope they're quality.
There's some guys out there that's really unlocked it over the last few years, which I'd have to say same in the river. The technology with the live scope and 360 and everything else, all the electronic technology is definitely helping. Granted, the fishermen were already good, so now you give them another tool to unlock another level. And I think that may be why the fishing gets a little tough, because I think there was always some fish that maybe did not get pressured, that pretty much didn't get messed with. And now, I don't know, other than going into Bushy Park, half a mile off the bank in the grass, I don't know if there is anywhere for a fish to hide anymore. I mean,
right.
People find them. People are good. But that's just all putting the work in, man. They're getting good. I've tried the live scope, and whew.
You don't like it? Are you not a fan of?
No, I'm not saying that. I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. But you don't just go and plug it up to your boat and be a live scope fisherman.
Oh, we've learned.
You got to put some time in with it.
We've learned. I don't know if Jeremy's still there, but my friend Jeremy got it, put it on his John boat, and we went out and we saw some fish. I mean, it's undeniable you can see fish, but kind of your first couple times out there trying to distinguish between what's a bass, what's a catfish. I mean, you can't tell if you're just starting out. And I remember throwing a drop shot at these fish. I get one on. I'm like, dude, I'm reeling it in. I'm like, don't worry about the net. Point the live scope and let's watch me reel in the fish. And it got off. And so I pull reel in my line, and it's like slimy, like a catfish just hit that drop shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's pretty cool because now whether I'm a bass angler or I'm going after catfish, or I went on a striper trip with Steven a couple weeks ago, and we were able to watch them swim up in a school, hit our live bait that we could also. I mean, it's insane what you can do with it once you do dial it in.
Well, if you listen to the fishing around here, Steven probably had a better year on crappie than anybody.
Really? That's my boy.
Everybody's fishing the same stuff, and Steven, he got his live scope, and he's put the time in with it. Which, I mean, he spends a lot of time on the water too.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got it figured out. He's catching catfish, stripers, a little bit of everything. So it's definitely another tool that works.
Was it him or his dad that called that 70+ pounder?
I think that was his dad.
I
think he said it was his dad.
That was cool.
He probably, I know Mr. Randy didn't work him or watch him, but he's probably too old to set the hook. Steven probably had to set the hook for him and give him a rod.
Somebody's gonna tell him you said that, though.
I'm sure he was in here today. But yeah, it's a good tool for sure.
Quick question from the chat: what's more important during practice? What bait you're throwing, or spots to fish?
That's kind of a loaded question because I'd say, in practice, throw a high percentage bait that you have confidence in without hooks or something like that. A frog with the hooks cut off of it, whatever you have confidence in, and then burn the bank as hard as you can go. Fish as many spots as you can go. You're trying to find I'd say the spot to throw the right bait. That's a hard question.
Right.
That's part of me learning practice where I'm not strong at.
So if you're really good at practicing, definitely let us know. We'll get you in on this.
Yeah.
The last fishing topic that I have for tonight before we talk about some other cool stuff that Phantom Outdoors has, because one thing is we're not just a fishing store. We're not just a fishing company.
That's right.
A lot of people have come in and said, wow, we didn't know you guys had firearms now. We didn't know you guys had hunting equipment. So we're going to talk about some more products than just fishing products. But the last thing, fishing related, until we get to the Q&A, if you guys have fishing questions, is bait fuel. We have been hit like nonstop, like every day this week, people asking us to get in bait fuel. If you don't know what bait fuel is, it's a fish attractant, is what it says. Mm-hmm. It's scentless to us. The big difference in this and other scents on the market is that it's water-based and not oil-based. And that has a lot of effect on how it affects your baits and how it affects your baits in the water. And so I guess I got several questions. The first question is, do fish attractants or scents work?
Yes.
100%.
100%. My opinion, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it may be as just simple as getting the gas smell off my hands or something. You know what I mean? I think that, it's a cover-up scent.
Right.
Yeah. I don't, I've always used garlic up until this. I have used bait fuel. I caught fish with it.
Yeah.
The guy in the boat with me caught fish without it. So,
right.
As big a hype as it's got, I'd have to say it's legit stuff. I mean, I've used it, and I haven't seen any adverse effects to it. As some other stuff, I've bought some other stuff before where I think it actually kind of fish did not like it.
Okay.
So I can without a doubt say that they ate the bait with it on there. They held on to it fine, but it's hard to give an honest opinion because I may have caught those fish without it.
Right.
But I'd say it definitely can't hurt.
So I'm a fan of scents now. One of my favorite influencers is Alex Rudd Fishing on YouTube, because he's just a down to earth, no gimmick type guy, and he said that he didn't believe that scents worked until he started using Berkeley power bait, and he literally was catching fish that other people weren't catching. And so I was watching another influencer, Mikey Balls, talk about it, and the title of his video is "Every Pro Angler Has This on Their Boat, or They're Lying to You," saying that like everyone is using bait fuel right now. And if they say that they're not, they really are. You know how some guys pretend they're not using stuff because maybe they're not a sponsor or whatever. And he was saying that once again, he wasn't a believer. Him and a buddy got a sample. They went out and they were using live scope on brush piles. They would throw to the brush piles, bait's not getting bit, then throw in with the bait fuel and pull it out. And what he said was, typically on a brush pile, he would pull off, 1, 2, 3 fish, and then the brush pile dries up. And now they're throwing into brush piles with bait fuel, and they're pulling out, 5 fish, 6 fish off of a brush pile. So he became a big believer of it. And like you said, it's so hot right now, and that's one reason. Number one, we did get it. I bought my bottle before I worked here, so it's not like we're getting it and hoarding it. Like,
no, it's sold out. We
can't get it.
Matt Lund he had a tournament this weekend, and he actually got my one bottle, my personal bottle that I bought to try. So he's got it now. So if he whooped up on y'all this weekend, it was on bait fuel. That's it. I'd say, look, the biggest thing about bait fuel, or any scent, I've been a jar jelly guy for a long time.
I don't know what jar jelly is.
I'm just telling you, jar jelly it's an oil base. We'll call it, Randy Hilliard's gonna kill me for this. We're gonna call it a Vaseline-like substance that you rub on your jig, and I can assure you that in an hour from now, my jig still smells like garlic, and I like that. I like the fact that it does that. So, the biggest thing is, if you have confidence in it and you think it gives you an edge, by all means use it.
Yeah.
Whatever you like. Like I said, I caught fish with it.
Yeah.
I caught fish with jar jelly, and I've used Bang for as long as I've been fishing.
Yeah.
And caught fish with that. I'd say I've never seen any of them have as much hype as bait fuel has.
Right.
There's people that, my first thing is I seen Patrick talk about bait fuel. I've been friends with Patrick for a long time. I had to ask him. I'm like, well, what's up? He says, it's real. It's still legit. So
if he says it, it's got to be.
He would. He's a straight shooter.
Right.
He's one of those guys that, if he uses it, he's going to use anything that makes him better, and he won't use anything that won't make him better.
Right.
So I'd say that it's definitely something to it. The science behind it is something to it. I know they got a whole line of plastics coming out now that's soaked in it. So
nice.
all their plastics are going to be basically it's the net bait stuff, pucker crawls, all that stuff is going to be soaked in it. So it should be pretty cool. Should be pretty legit. Hopefully we have some more coming in soon. I think we got our first order and went through 100 bottles almost instantly. We were supposed to have some come in last week and it didn't show. We're supposed to have some come in yesterday and it did not show.
Sorry, guys.
It's part of that supply chain thing.
Right.
It's kind of hard to predict when it'll come, but definitely we'll make a post whenever it's here, and we're not hoarding it. I promise.
We're not. No, I bought this bottle, and one thing I noticed, we were talking about this morning when I brought my bottle in, is that it's clear, but mine's kind of got a yellow tint to it now. I mean, it's almost full. I've only used it a couple times, but
yeah. And I would say that I've heard guys tell me, hey, save me 3 bottles, save me 4 bottles. I don't think you need 3 or 4 bottles. Mm-hmm. I used it for 2 weeks, and I probably am about this deep. It lasts a really long time, soaking your plastics. And all I would do is take my plastics and dip it back in the bag every so often. So it goes a really long way. It's like straight up slime, like Nickelodeon slime or something. I mean, it's almost hard to hook your bait. It's so slimy. Yeah. But it does. The one benefit of it that I really liked is you can reach down and just regular water. Mm-hmm. Scentless. It's not overpowering. But it washes right off. So that was very cool.
Yeah, I've used it a couple times, and just like they say, do they use the word marinate? They might not. I've been saying that. Yeah, it does. Add into soft plastic bag and let marinate. So I just squirt a little bit in my bag.
Sure.
Rub it around, and then, the next day use it out fishing. But same thing. Like, I went fishing with it. I caught fish with it. But what I've called them, I don't know.
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's hard to give an honest opinion. You're just guessing. But like I said, the biggest thing is if you have confidence in it, it makes you feel like it helps you use it. and put everything in your favor.
So as soon as we get it in, we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
If you need to come by and get a squirt, I got a little bit.
Yeah, come get a shot of TJ's big beer.
I don't.
We're gonna auction off his bottle here tonight. He didn't know that.
You know what? I'm also gonna sign the bottle for you guys, so you got it.
But so the folks that haven't been around in a while, y'all know we've purchased another store in the area. At the beginning of this year, we went through a big expansion. Basically, we've knocked down some walls. We had RWC Builders come in here, and they just did a phenomenal job We got the walls wrapped in cedar now. It just looks great. We have a full gun room, which is completely awesome and not awesome at the same time, because now I want to buy guns every day. So now my wife has to deal with me wanting to buy rod and reels and guns and ammo and all this cool hunting stuff. So it's just good. Been a heck of a ride experience. We've been having a really good time with it. Learning the hunting business. We brought some of the guys over from the other store. They're here with us to help us along and doing a great job. We have a large supply of guns right now and a very large supply of ammo. So we got a lot of ammo to hold us for a while. We did get some 7mm 08 bullets. I know everybody was asking about that. One of the only things that I haven't really seen come in is 45 long Colt and 270 Winchester short mag. I know we got a couple customers that's dying to get some of that, and we're trying. We're going to work every avenue to get you what you need for hunting season. Got a bunch of deer stands, whether welded stands, prefab stand, box stands, just a little bit of everything. Finally, we did get in some deer corn the last couple weeks. The hot thing last year was Tacticam. Everybody wanted Tacticam, and they were near impossible to get. Everybody knew that. We'd get in 10, and we'd have 26 sold. And this year, I'm not going to say we won't run out of Tacticam, but if we run out of Tacticam, we sold a lot of them, because we have a ton of Tacticams. We have all the Tacticam accessories. If y'all don't know what Tacticam is, basically, it's a cellular camera. It's probably one of the best cameras on the market. This one here, this is the new X Series, $155. It sends the pictures right to your cell phone. Solar charge, just everything great. The cool thing about them is you don't, it goes to AT&T or Verizon, so it covers both cell plans. It works. I mean, the ones I've seen them in, Santee Swamp with no coverage, and they'll still send the picture. Just does a really good job. It's a very affordable camera, and it holds up. It's a great value for a hunter right now. Especially, with us, we work a lot. It's nice to be able to kind of time your deer and know that, I don't really need to go sit for 6 hours. I know they're kind of coming in this 2-hour window right here, so it's just a great tool. Helps you hunt a little better. Another thing we got, everybody's been on, buckshot. We got Remington double-aught Express Magnum and Winchester double-aught double-aught double X.
Chris McDonald said, "You get my buckshot yet, Matt?"
Chris, I'm just showing you probably your buckshot right here.
We closed at 7.
Close at 7. Now, I think he wanted something a little bit different. But we're trying. We've taken, everybody's gun wants down. We've asked a lot of questions to make sure that we're stocking what everybody's looking for. Because, we're new to this,
Yeah.
And we're learning. We have a lot to learn in this. But we're trying to stock all the juice for everybody. Make sure that, we truly want to be your one-stop shop. We love seeing you. Most of our customers, if you're not our friends yet, you will be. We get along good. It's a fun place to be. We always want to make it a fun place to be.
Yeah.
We have our regulars that come in here, and we love meeting new people. So we kind of strive. If you haven't been in here, we try to go above and beyond on customer service. There isn't one person in the store that won't stop what they're doing to help you, and that's our biggest thing is, that's the only way to really beat everybody is, I think customer service is dying almost everywhere we go. And, we realize that, we like to shop too and all that, but we want to be the best at that. We stop and talk to you and help you.
One thing that stood out to me, like before I even worked here, like the second time I'm ever in the store, this was probably over a year ago, is you stop what you're doing to come ask me. He's like, "Hey, I've seen you in here before. I like to get everybody's name." You ask me my name, and you refer to me as TJ like ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
And being greeted by name is like a big deal. Like, and so, sitting down with Matt and Todd and Erica and talking about me coming on board and joining the team, and you guys, how much you guys care about people is just speaks volumes. And we hope that shows in everything that we do. And that's another thing too, is I've worked retail before, and I know what it's like to have someone or an entity far off telling you the products that you need to push and you need to sell. But one thing that the Phantom Outdoors tries to do is we listen to what you guys are throwing. We listen to what you guys are wanting to shoot, and we're going to do our best to get the stuff that you guys need and want to make your outdoor adventures exactly what you want them to be.
Sure. We fish the same waters as y'all. We hunt the same woods pretty much as y'all. So we kind of know, what it wants. And way before we did this, I mean, we were friends with all y'all at the boat landing, or whether it be hunting, fishing, or whatever. I mean, we all have something in common here, and it's just been good. I mean, it's that old saying, you never work a day in your life. What's the saying? I don't know. I'm asking you.
If you have a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Well, there you go. That's what we're going for.
Well, we love it.
Yep, absolutely. Love it all. Love all the people.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Chuck. I love Chuck.
We love
Fitzgerald.
You, Chuck.
We love you, Chuck. Tough customer. But no, it's been a great one. We appreciate all y'all. We know, that without our great customers, we would truly not be here. So that's why we stop, and we're so thrilled to have everybody in here, and it's just awesome. We enjoy it.
We have like just a couple minutes before we need to run.
I got to show him Buddy's gun.
Oh, you got to show him Buddy's gun.
All right, so Buddy put this package together. I'm gonna bend down here and get it. I'm gonna be a horrible salesman. All right, it's an M&P shield. Comes in this big Plano hard box. Basically, what this is Buddy says this is gonna be the perfect outfit for a first-time gun owner. All right, so we got our safety glasses, lanyard, hearing protection, gun lock, manual, extra clip, and of course our 9mm pistol, which is the M&P shield. Comes with all this and 2 boxes of bullets and a package deal of $529.
Dang.
So it's something Buddy put together. What he's noticing is that people really want to get into shooting. I really want to be able to protect my family or have a good time. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I need to buy. So Buddy did a phenomenal job with this package here. He just kind of got some stuff from different areas. Got this case. So it's the complete package. Just a great. I think it's phenomenal. It's just great. One thing too on these guns, if you're not familiar with it, I grew up around long guns. I'm not the best at handguns. I'm learning every day. We have Trevor in here. He's like a gun guru. He can teach you how to clean your gun. He can teach you how to load your gun. He can teach you anything. He's showing me. I mean, he's teaching all of us how to handle guns better when it comes to handguns, because we're new to it. But so don't think that you're just going to come here and buy a gun and we'll send you off in the world, and we're not just selling you the gun. If you need help with it, we'll help you. He'll show you how to clean it. Just everything. We can set up, on your rifles. We went and bought all the torque wrenches, every tool you can get. We have the absolute best rings and mounts here. When you buy your deer rifle, your scope, anything you want, we can mount it. Any sights for your ARs, anything like that. Trevor just does a phenomenal job at that. I can't. If you're on our Facebook page, you've seen some of Trevor's posts. He does a really good job. Very meticulous. Can't speak highly enough about him, what he's done, and what he's showing us, and continue to show us. Just great guy. He's got lots and lots of knowledge when it comes to that stuff, and great guy to have around, teaching me every day.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, if you got any questions like that, just let us know. You got anything else?
I saw one question pop up earlier. If you could answer real quick, what do you add to your live well to keep your fish healthy?
All right, very good question. I'm a G juice. I like G juice because it's convenient.
Okay.
Now, G juice, I use it right now. I use it a little bit different. So I will take the 32-ounce Gatorade bottles. Mm-hmm. I'll put enough G juice in there for my live well. Fill it up about that far from the top with water. Put them in the freezer. I do about 4 or 5 of them. 2 things it does. For one, it makes great ice in your cooler. Just leave the lid on it. Second, no, it does.
Don't drink it, is basically what you're saying.
No, don't drink it. But you can keep it in there. It keeps your drinks, your sandwiches, all that cold without getting everything wet. So it's great. So in the morning when I fill my live wells up, I'll pop the cap off, throw it in there. When that bottle is cooling the water down and it's putting the chemical in there at the same time. When that bottle melts, I'll put the cap on it, throw it back in the thing, grab a new bottle. And I do that. And with the 5 bottles in a day or 4 or 5 bottles, it gives it plenty enough. I do like to fill my live wells first thing in the morning. I try to keep that same water all day. And I keep it recycling. And I don't worry about the battery or anything like that. You know, everything's good. I cut mine on recirc and let it run. Let it run all day with the G juice in there. If you're having a problem with fish care, 1 cap full of peroxide, hydrogen, 2% hydrogen peroxide will help. It adds a lot of oxygen to the water. You really shouldn't, if you're going to catch if you hook one and it's bleeding in the tongue, any citrus soda, Mountain Dew, Sprite, anything like that, dump a little bit on its tongue. It'll stop the bleeding. I don't know why. It just works.
Who figured that out?
I don't know. I read it in a Bassmaster magazine. It works. It really does work, though. It will stop the bleeding almost instantly, and the fish will live. If you don't do that, the fish is going to die. If you hook one in the tongue in the past, generally it dies. Put a little bit of that citrus soda on there. Your G juice. If you're a rejuvenate guy, use it. I mean, anything's better than nothing.
Right.
The only reason I use the G juice is truly the only one without salt in it. If just about every boat now runs oxygenator pumps, and if you read on oxygenator pump, the salt is not good for them. So that's what G juice was formulated for. TH Marine, probably has the biggest pro staff in the world, and they make good products. So that's what it's for. It's formulated for Oxygenator, which they own Oxygenator. So I'm assuming they put the good stuff in there.
Last question, real quick, and then we got to go. Kind of the same question in 2.
Where are we going?
It's almost 7, boy. We got to go. They're gonna want to lock up. Same question from really 2 different people. Jeremy said, "What are y'all catching them on right now?" And Monte said, "What the fish doing on Cooper River?" If I was fishing,
obviously not biting.
No, not at all.
Go ahead, you take it.
I mean, just what we talked about earlier. Mornings and evenings, I'm gonna throw a topwater. I like throwing a frog more than anything because it's the funnest way I like to catch fish. And in the heat of the day, I'm probably throwing a Carolina rig or a drop shot.
There you go. I say a drop shot, monster worm, something like that on the bottom. If you're not topwater fishing, popper. Splash it, Rico, whatever brand you like, KVD Splash, they all make a good one. It's a good way to catch numbers. You can still catch them on a spinnerbait. Don't get too locked into what I'm saying. Everything works. There's a time and a place for everything. Spinnerbait. If it's windy, buzzbait. Just don't be a one-trick pony. Flipping. We haven't talked about flipping. Punching grass. Great way to catch them right now. It's just there's tons of ways. throw a rooster tail or a beetle spin too. I mean, go.
I'm gonna take one with me Saturday.
No, I'm just saying, go up in Wadboo if you're not fishing a tournament and go have some fun. The brim are biting.
Yeah.
Throw a slider grub, black with a chartreuse tail. Throw that in the river and start catching some brim, and it'll floor you how many bass you catch on a slider grub and stuff like that. I mean, you're brim fishing, but you'll catch bass. So just have some fun, enjoy it.
Jeremy said no mention of the white trickworm. We kill them on a white trickworm year round, but
I mean, and that's the old staple.
Yeah.
The white, pink, yellow, thiolate, whatever color you want. Trickworm, float worm works. It catches them all the time.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining the reboot of Phantom Live. We really appreciate you. And if you have any questions that we didn't answer, feel free to leave them in a comment, or if you're watching this later, post them, send us a DM on Facebook, or just come by the shop and talk to us. Like, we're always down to stop what we're doing and talk to you guys. I'd like to ask you, one more time, if you haven't already. You're obviously watching us on Facebook, but check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. We're at Phantom Outdoors on everything. And also shop us online at phantomoutdoors.com. Get you some dope hats like these guys right here. And that's going to be it.
There may or may not be a video of me on TikTok dancing.
You'll have to go there to find out.
You'll have to go find out.
But thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys have any ideas or for special guests or topics to talk about on the podcast, remember we're trying to do this every 2 weeks. So not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. And I guess that's it. We'll see you then.
See y'all. Thank you.